Pierre says, according to you, what is the best income method? We're talking about the married put structure discussed in the blueprint, the proper structure for the married put 5 to 6 months out in time with the 13 now potentially different income methods that are used. And he says, according to you, what is the best income method with the most winning trades? Ernie would say income method number 1. If you're a subscriber to Fusion, you go through his track record, he uses income method number 1 more than any other income method. I honestly use income method number 4, rolling up the put, probably more than income method number 1. That's my first go-to, Pierre, when I open a married put position, and the 68 to 70% of the time where the stock moves up, the 4 to 6% or 3 to 5% I expect to move in the first 20 to 30 days. I'm going to use income method number 4 first, then take a look at income method number 6 or income method number 4. Just by a general principle of owning the stock without getting confusing, it's probably very easy to say that just selling the call, income method number 1, probably has the most win percentage. Even if you have to roll it, you were still winning on the position because you took in premium to lower the cost basis, and you can use income method number 2 to roll out the call in those cases. Now, I got partially stuck with something almost on Wednesday. This is my SBUX married put position, the one that's in my portfolio, and the stock was trading at 84.94 on Wednesday, Tuesday. I apologize. I think it was Tuesday the 23rd. And I sold today's 3-day out roughly 86 call for 51 cents. 3 days, 51 cents. Why not take it? It's going to cut my risk down from about 3%, to about 2.5%. And I still have, sorry about that, folks. One contract, 51 cents. All right. So, still potential to make about 6% on the position. Risk was lowered to 2.4% to the downside. Remember, the stock was trading at 84.94 at the time. So what essentially, let me take this comparison off there. There we go. What essentially happened after I sold the call? I should have sent an email out to everyone, Fusion subscribers and non-Fusion subscribers. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I'm selling a call against SBUX, which means the market's going to go up for the next 3 days. It just has to if I sell a call. I expected the stock to stable, and I expected it would just bounce around between 85 and 84 for the next 3 days. So, unfortunately, by the close of day, when I sold the position, the stock was flirting with 86. On Thursday, it was up to 87.20. I'm now looking at having to pay $160 to buy this call back that I sold for 50 cents. This morning, it stays at about 87.50, 87.60, and then thankfully for this position, for my structure, at about 10:30 or so, Powell speaks from Jackson Hole, and everything goes down. I bought the call back during a coaching session, pretty much. Right after I finished a coaching session with Bruce, who was following me in this trade in Fusion, I saw the price go down to 8 cents, 7 cents, come back to 10 cents. I closed it for 8 cents is what I did. So I only made 43 cents on the position. It could have expired worthless, but I didn't want to watch it for the rest of the day. So why am I babbling about this in a sense, Pierre? And it's because I took in 51 cents to cut down the risk anyway. Even if the stock stayed at 87 and I let it be assigned, that would be a 5.8% profit on the stock and call position. I could sell to close the put and be out of the position. Not a great return for, I think it's a 75, 78-day trade, but profitable with all the swings and misses that happen. Our cost basis, by the way, was $78 back here on June 7th. And we did income method number 9 here, did income method number 4 here, did a couple of income method number 1s along the way, and then this income method number 1 for the weekly call that almost got me in trouble. But I still would have had the profit on the position. It still would have worked, Pierre, how I wanted it to. I could have rolled it, or I just could have taken assignment on the position and on the stock and the call, excuse me, Pierre, and then look to get back into it with income method number 7, following the rules in the blueprint. So we think about some of the more elaborate trades. I could have done this and sold this for 51 cents and done that bear call spread. The income method number 6 would have left the upside open by buying, let's say, an 88 call for 14 cents. I think it was actually 18 cents at the time. Okay, so this is a trade that leaves my upside open. It still cuts the risk down to 2.6%. Does this one work all the time? Well, no, I took in less premium, so I didn't have as much risk reduction. Sure, I still have a good profit here. I have a little lull here, and I still have infinite upside here, but that infinite upside would only be realized if the stock started cresting 89.50, 90, 91, 92. So I'd say income method number 6 needs that movement upwards in order to be profitable, as does income method number 5. Income method number 1, get the premium, get the benefit if the stock stays the same, moves up slightly, or even just goes a little bit above the call. Real risk with income method number 1, which is similar to income method number 5, it's a capped gain. So if your stock unexpectedly moves up 12, 15, 20%, buyout room or something along those lines, well, then in that case, you sort of miss the upside. Now it's much harder to roll in that case using income method 2 or the other adjustments. 4 always works for me. 3 usually works for me if you can bulletproof. And I only do that before earnings, but 3 is usually successful if it's a bulletproof position in that case, Pierre. The elaborate ones, 11 and 8, are tricky. You can see an 11 if there's a 5 available. And I know I'm not going too much into this. This is just for review because there are non-blueprint owners here and blueprint owners here as well. We might get more involved in this because I don't have the statistics. I just know what each investor likes to use. I have some investors that just use income method number 1 and never adjust the put. I have another investor I talk to who doesn't want to ever sell the call to cap his upside, income method number 1. He just uses 4, 3, and 9 to manipulate the put. I'm sure he's successful, but I can't give a statistic of which is more successful of the income methods against the married put over time. I'm going to say 1. Oh, shoot. I'm sorry, folks. There we go. I paused the screen for a moment. I swore I had turned off my email, but I guess I didn't. I might have opened it back up. Okay, great. So, Pierre, that's probably the best way I can answer your question, excuse me. I'm going to say 1 is probably the most successful. For me, my favorite is 4, and I have great success with it. Every time I've used it, it's led to better success. Lower risk, still unlimited upside, profit potential, and more. 3 is very similar if I can bulletproof with 3. Sometimes I use 3 and it doesn't work. It's not bulletproof. The stock falls. I still have a small risk, and now I have less time to manage the position without adding more risk to it. So I don't think that's going to be as successful. And as I mentioned, 6 can be successful, just like a 1. But to be really successful, you need the gap up. 5 and 11 and even 8, you need a specific movement or non-movement to get the full benefit of those, where I think 1 is a little bit more flexible. 6 is a little bit more flexible, but just adjusting with income method number 4 to usually cut the risk in half, still leave the upside open. That's a win-win to me in all situations, if the math is right and the stock did what I expected. Fantastic. All right. So that's just a brief discussion there, Pierre, on the success rate of income methods. We'll probably maybe I'll put something together more elaborate for blueprint owners, members only content. In that case, we'll go and have a more in-depth discussion with some examples, Pierre, and we'll let you know. But right now, Ernie's got me doing a few other ideas he wants for members only presentations and blueprint teaser presentations and discussions.